NXT Takeover WarGames is this Saturday night, and the show is going to be the first ever WWE show, not just NXT show, to feature a WarGames match in a WWE ring. Or two rings. I believe this is going to be two rings. Of course, WarGames has always been two rings, and I'm really looking forward to it. I used to love watching WarGames matches in WCW. They're some of my favorite matches to watch. Always a lot of fun to watch those. So I think this should have happened so much longer. I think this should have happened on the main roster, but the fact that it's happening is really good. So usually WarGames, how it works is you have two teams. You usually have two teams of four, sometimes five. Each guy has a team start the match, and I think they do like this coin flip or a coin toss or whatever. Whoever wins gets an advantage in which their guys come in first. I think it goes every 5 minutes or 3 minutes, or sometimes it's 5, one guy enters. So two guys start, and then the next guy's team enters, the next guy's team enters until everyone's in the ring. And what the ring is, it's two rings side by side, and you have a giant steel structure with a roof on it. It's not like a Hell in a Cell where it goes, it's wider than the apron. This one connects right onto the apron. So it's like a giant steel cage with two rings. So it's a giant narrow steel cage with two rings that goes around two rings, and it also has a roof. So it's a really cool structure. I always enjoy WarGames. Really love those matches. And this show is not even called NXT Takeover Houston. This whole weekend is Houston. They do all four of their pay-per-views. They do the big weekend now. That's not just WrestleMania. It's SummerSlam, Rumble, and Survivor Series. All have their own weekends, but it's so originally it was NXT Takeover Houston, but now they're calling it WarGames because they really want to promote WarGames and how big of a match this is. It's the first ever match we've ever seen in WWE. TNA, they did a match very similar to that. They did this match called Lockdown. If you've ever watched TNA, those matches are always really good. And I think TNA was a terrible wrestling company, but they did some really entertaining matches in those lockdown matches. So I like that too. So I'm really a big fan of this concept. I'm really excited to see it back. I think it just really should have happened in WWE, but the fact that it's happening in NXT is probably going to be really good because the match will probably be awesome anyway. So to get to the card before we get to WarGames, and this WarGames, this is going to be different. This is a triple threat WarGames. It's 3-on-3. So what they're going to have is the way the rules work here is each team is going to have one guy start inside the cage. So it's going to be a triple threat. And then everyone's going to have these shark cages. Like they do those shark cage gimmick. It's going to be near the entranceway. After 5 minutes, the final two members from one team will enter the match, giving the team an advantage. And 3 minutes later, the second team's members are released, giving them an advantage. So it goes triple threat, then 5 minutes, one team gets the advantage, two guys come, the next 3 minutes, the second team members come, and then that guy's going to be screwed for 3 minutes. Then 3 minutes is the last team members come. So that's how it works. So I prefer the traditional 2-on-2. I don't like 3 versus 3, but hey, it is WarGames, so it's going to be cool. It's WWE's version of WarGames. So also worth noting, the two side-by-side rings have been confirmed, and there's going to be a structure, but they haven't announced if there's going to be a roof on the structure. And the only way to win is once everyone's in the ring, and the only way to win is by pinfall or submission. Well, to get into this card, let's talk about the first match. There's a dark match. I'm so disappointed it's not on the main show. I want to watch this so bad. I usually don't watch the NXT show, so I'll have to watch it to see this. They're doing this UK tournament or a UK title match. Pete Dunne versus Johnny Gargano. Oh my god, I'm so mad we're not going to get to see that. That match would be so fucking good. That sucks. But it's not going to be part of this show, but I don't even know if it's going to be on the show. It doesn't have it on the Wikipedia page, but if that match does happen, I'm going with Pete Dunne. Now, onto this main card. So we have Cassius Ohno versus Lars Sullivan. In this match, I'm going to go with Sullivan. I think Lars Sullivan has more promise. Cassius Ohno, to me, I mean, he's a guy still out of shape. Chris Hero, it didn't work out. I'm over Chris Hero. I don't really care about him. It's cool to see him in NXT. I don't ever see him coming to the main roster, but I got Sullivan winning. I think he has more of an upside right now, and I think I'd pick him to win. I don't watch NXT too much, but I've heard of Sullivan. I see him beating Cassius Ohno. Then we have a match I'm really looking forward to. I think a lot of people are really looking forward to. Aleister Black versus the Velveteen Dream. So if you've ever watched Tough Enough, you know who the Velveteen Dream is. He's Patrick Clark from Tough Enough. He was arrogant, he was annoying, but he was really entertaining. And I'm happy to see him and have this big success in the main roster. Man, why did Stone Cold Steve Austin have to pick Big Andy to win? Now, it probably wasn't Austin's decision, but Big Andy, my God, that guy was a huge bust. Fell for cocaine, I think, or he fell for some drugs. He got caught. He's not there. That guy sucks. Now look at Patrick Clark. But Tough Enough is a shitty show anyway, so I really shouldn't say much. And this match, this is tough. I'm going to go with Aleister Black. I think there's just too much into Aleister Black. They have so much... They have so much momentum in him. He can be such a big star. I don't see him losing. But the Velveteen Dream has a lot of upside. I think he has a bright future. I think he can be a star. He's still really young. He's going to be in NXT for a while. I don't see a big problem with him losing this match. But the entrances are going to be really good. Aleister Black's entrances at takeovers are always awesome. And the Velveteen Dream has a cool entrance. But I got Black winning. I don't see the Dream, beating Black. Next, we have the NXT Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Andrade Cien Almas with Zelina Vega. I'm really happy we get to see Zelina Vega here. She is gorgeous. In this match, they've been pushing Almas a lot. I still say, Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio was so boring. It's not because they're both Mexicans. Man, that guy reminds me so much of him, the way he acts and his appearance. He has that same kind of really rich, upper class Del Rio kind of guy from Mexico, and I find him boring. But Zelina Vega has definitely helped this character. And Zelina Vega, she's actually Savio Vega's daughter, but man, she is a beautiful, beautiful woman. McIntyre's winning. He ain't losing to Almas. Almas will put up a good fight. The crowd, I'm interested in how the crowd feels in this match. This is, to me, easily the fourth most anticipated match. I really like Black and Velveteen Dream, and of course the two main matches, the WarGames and the Fatal 4 Women's match, both going to probably be awesome. But this is not... it's a bigger match with Donald Sullivan, but I'm just not into this at all. But I got McIntyre winning. But I find him boring. 100 McIntyre boring, but I say he retains his title. Up next, for the NXT Women's Championship, the vacant Women's Championship that Asuka vacated when she went to the main roster. You have Ember Moon versus Kairi Sane versus Nikki Cross versus Peyton Royce, who will be accompanied by Billie Kay. Ember Moon. So you look at this match. There's four ones. Ember Moon, as I said, it's her hometown of Houston, Texas. She's failed twice against Asuka. She doesn't have a lot of personality. I don't see her winning. I don't think it's going to go Ember, but it could go. But I could see her winning, then losing it to Kairi Sane, but I don't see Ember Moon winning. I don't see Nikki Cross winning. I think she's the most least likely. I think she's just not very good. Or she's good, it's just like... I don't know. I don't find her character that good. I find it kind of boring, the whole screaming girl thing, acting like a female Bray Wyatt. I'm not too high on her. Two ones who I really like a lot. I love Kairi Sane. She's awesome. She's going to be a star. She's the replacement for Asuka on NXT. Kairi is great. She just came. She's a great babyface. Really likable. She's not Asuka. I don't know if she has to be a dominant destroyer, ass kicker like Asuka. She could be an ass kicker. I don't think she needs to be this dominant champion who's intimidating. She's kind of more of a likable babyface, underdog babyface than a dominant champ like Asuka was. So I don't think Kairi needs to win. I don't think she should win it. I think she should win like at NXT in New Orleans at that WrestleMania NXT Takeover show, which is going to be big. Love, New Orleans. That's going to be a fun weekend for wrestling. But here, I don't see Kairi needing to win. It's going to surprise people. I'm going to go with Peyton Royce. I'm going to say Peyton Royce wins. I love Peyton Royce. I think she's gorgeous. She's great. I love her and Billie Kay as a team. I think they're really entertaining. I could see possibly Peyton winning and then Billie becomes very jealous and she turns on her and turns Peyton as a babyface. That'd be really cool if they go, have Peyton as the as a face because she's really likable. I think she can be a star. I think she has a lot more potential than Billy does. But I think they should come up to the main roster as a team. But Peyton, I think, is going to be the star. I think she can absolutely be a big star on the main roster as a female star. I really think she has a lot to offer. I'm going to say she wins. I think Billy. Did I say Nikki? Nikki Cross. Billy Kay. Did I say Nikki Cross earlier? Billy Kay helps her. Billy and Peyton are champ. Peyton's a champ. Billy's by her side. And I think Billy will eventually turn on her. So I'm going to go with Peyton Royce as the new champ. And now, the main event of the evening. WarGames. You have Sanity, the Undisputed Era, against Roderick Strong, who's teaming with the Authors of Pain. So I don't see Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong winning, given though Strong's getting a push. It seems like he's getting a push. That'd be really, Strong's really over, but I don't know what they're doing with the Authors. I think you may as well just bring them up to the main roster, but I don't see him winning. It would either go to Sanity or Undisputed Truth, and my pick is Undisputed Truth. I think Undisputed Truth has to win. I think it'd be crazy if they lost. Sanity's getting a push. I think this whole feud feels like it's more of Sanity and Undisputed Era, because Undisputed Era made their debut by attacking Sanity. This is going to be fun. Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. 3 great wrestlers. This should be a great match. This might be nuts. I think they're going to do some crazy stuff. There might be some big bumps here. All 3 members of Sanity have done crazy stuff. The Authors of Pain can do something. Strong can do something. This is going to be awesome. Love WarGames. I'm going to go with Undisputed Era to win. I think they're the best. I mean, they have to win. I think it would be shocking if they lose. They need to win this match. And even if they don't win, there's no way they're getting pinned. They have so much momentum. They just came up a few months ago. This is their time. They're going to be stars. I got Undisputed Era. So overall, I'm looking forward to the show a lot. I really would love to see Johnny Gargano and Pete Dunne, but I don't know if we're going to get that. Probably not. But overall, I mean, this is a great card. And, NXT takeovers, they've been so good. It makes you think, there's no reason this won't be another great show.